Sandwell Parents for Disabled Children was founded in 2003 by a group of parent carers who were frustrated at the lack of play and leisure opportunities in Sandwell. The aim of the group was to enable disabled children and their families to access play and leisure opportunities the same as any other children could.
The project provides sporting, play and leisure time opportunities for families who have disabled children, whole family groups. It enables people to take part in and have opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise have, which enhances health and well-being. It strengthens family bonds when people have quality time together and enjoy a laugh together.
One of the issues that we find is that families can often be very isolated when they've got a disabled child. I can use myself as an example. When I first started with SPDC, I was a single parent. I was on my own with no friends, no family, and through joining SPDC as a service, I met some lovely friends. I didn't feel completely alone when I was going out for day trips with my children. I then went on to join the committee, which gave me quite a bit of confidence. And then when our position came up in the office, I applied for the job, and now I'm out there working as well. And I'm helping other parents that were in the same position that I was in all them years ago.
It would be really exciting for us to achieve such a thing, and it would be particularly exciting for all of the parents who give up their time freely to support the work of the organisation and actually be recognised for what they're doing.
We look after carers who are looking after somebody who's got a dementia. At the moment we support about 200 people in the actual community who's looking after somebody who looks after an individual who's got dementia. And we actually go out and visit the individuals at their home. We actually run carers group, but predominantly our main aim is to really relieve them of the stress in looking after somebody who's got a dementia.
Our service bridges the gap between GP diagnosis and social care. So often when you have a diagnosis, there's very little that happens, and it's quite an upsetting time for families. So we offer information and advice really when families need it, when it's appropriate for them. And we're there as a kind of a service for people just to ring up when they've got an issue. And if we don't know the answer, we'll find somebody who has. But we offer training and support so that people can learn the skills they need to look after somebody with dementia. Our project has been very successful. Our success is shown by our service users. We've had more than 13 of them who've come back and volunteered once their loved one has died. They've wanted to give back to the service, so that speaks a lot for our service.
Very important aspect of our success that we support the multi-ethnic carers who don't speak the language. Their first language is not the English, and we support those carers. I speak Hindi, Punjabi and Urdu, which is very useful asset for the team.
Of course, we want to share our knowledge and expertise with other organisations, so having the award would be assigned to other organisations of our professionalism and of what we can give to them.
Our project was migrant access to primary care services, particularly GP services. So there were a couple of elements to the project, one being a GP registration pathway. We piloted that with 4 GP practices across the patch. And then the other element to it was training and awareness raising and education across the board really. So it was for GPs, voluntary sector organisations and community members themselves. There's been 2 elements to it really. There's been the information sharing that happens, so they are better aware of the services they can access and their rights and entitlements to access those services. But what also came from our project is we did peer-led training, so we worked with the community organisations to train them as train the trainers, and then they ran the sessions within the community themselves. We have increased access to primary care in terms of registrations with GPs. The hard numbers for the training and awareness raising, we reached over 300 people with that. But for me, the more value needs to be placed on the impact that can have to the wider community, the ripple effect that will have. So whilst we train GP practices and frontline staff and community organisations, it's the understanding and training that went into training the communities themselves that I think will have the most benefit. It'd be lovely to win an award, to get the recognition for everybody that participated within the project, really. From the trainer and all the people that work with myself, but also those that then took on the mantle to train the trainers and to run those sessions within the community.